Let's do the This Week in Auto History.
Sure.
Are you ready? Because I like This Week in Auto History.
Yes.
Well, thank you. In 1898,
I was just born.
the first automobile land speed record was set by Count Gaston de Champlain-Lebeau of France.
Spell
He
it.
set the
I
first.
think it's called Gaston.
Gaston. Gaston. Wasn't
Gaston.
Wasn't he the guy?
And
in
Les Bleus.
Yeah,
Gaston Les Bleus.
Le Bleu of France set the first official automobile land speed record when he completed the flying kilometer in a fully electric Jantade in 57 seconds for an average speed of 63 kilometers per hour. It is French, so it's in kilometers.
Escargot.
Which
Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir?
So that was 39 miles an hour.
I didn't say that. I'm just repeating the words of
in
the...
that. Can you imagine going 39 miles an hour?
No,
in that?
I can't. Well, yeah, I can. That looks like something that Hey, that would fit right in with today's donks, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Drop an LS in that baby.
The current land speed record is 763 miles an hour, set by Andy Green in 1997.
I was waiting for you to say Andy Gibb.
And Andy Green hopes to reset that record in excess of 1,000 miles an hour in the Bloodhouse land speed record car.
1,000 miles an hour.
Right. You got to think that right now at 763, that's over 100 miles an hour faster than the speed of sound. Because the speed of sound at zero altitude and 70 degrees is 660 some odd miles an hour. Your daughter would know all of these things.
That's Mach 1.
I'm just pulling it out of my head.
Or other
It's
places.
not your head.
Yeah. A little south of there.
In 1909, Christmas Day, Zora Arkus Duntov,
I met him.
a Belgian, was born, an automotive engineer in Brussels. His work on the Chevrolet Corvette earned him the nickname the father of the Corvette.
Correct.
Love their
Where
sprouts.
did you meet him?
At the Oklahoma Corvette Expo. They brought him in there, and I've got a picture of him somewhere in this garage of all of us in the Corvette Club, and he's in the middle of it, and we had a nice chat. Very nice guy.
Yeah, their sprouts are awesome.
He's
Brussels sprouts.
It took me a second to.
I still didn't get there, but
Well,
You said he was born
You got to
in
go back
Brussels.
about three
when you have-
comments.
when you have to explain the joke sometimes. In 1919, Edsel Ford succeeded his father, Henry, as president of the Ford Motor Company. That same day, the company announced that it would increase its minimum wage to $6 per day. Henry Ford made history in 1914 by increasing the minimum wage in factories to $5 per day, far more than all of his competitors were paying. In 1954, the fastest stock car in the United States was the Hudson Hornet, the pride of the Hudson Motor Company. The drivers in Hudson Hornets took virtually every major NASCAR event, and that win paid off in sales on race on Sunday, win on Sunday, sell on Monday. That was Hudson's theme.
Lori Brown, who lived around the corner from me in Wisconsin, her mother had a Hudson Hornet, and it was green. It looked like a bomb. And I was always embarrassed to ride in the back seat in that thing. Oh, my God, it was a Hudson Hornet. Oh, no, there was none of that. I was 5. And no.
Well, they dominated NASCAR.
Well, I'm glad they did because I ran the other way when I saw that thing coming.
So much so that they got the attention of Ford, Chrysler, and General Motors.
767 miles an hour is the speed of sound,
Okay.
according to this.
767?
767.
Okay.
Okay, well, 763 is just short then. But that got Hudson's performance in NASCAR got GM, Ford, and Chrysler's attention, and they started supporting motorsports, and especially in NASCAR, which kind of went away in, 63, when they all pulled out of racing, and then they kind of got back into it in the early 70s, late 60s again. So And then in 1989, General Motors CEO Roger Smith led to the closing of several GM plants in Flint, Michigan, which basically closed everything in Flint, Michigan. And Smith intended to take advantage of cheap labor in Mexico. Michael Moore documented the shuttering of all of these plants starting in 1986 with his film Roger and Me, which debuted this week in 1989. It chronicled the impact of General Motors leaving the Flint community, which left 30,000 people suddenly unemployed. Ultimately, Moore wished to bring Smith to Flint to show him how his actions affected the people GM had previously
Is that where the
employed.
word skin flint came in?
No.
That's a person that spends as little money as possible, a miser.
Yep, I'm not real sure where Skin Flint originated.
You go, Google.
But that wasn't it. That is This Week in Auto History.
Wow. All right. You know, why didn't I ever